So again, we're going to have the mayor come, and this is what we're really proud of. The fact is under Mayor Baraka's leadership, we have 58% employment. We've had over 1,000 people through. We have them 58% of the people employed, and that's because of a great partnership with Newark 2020. And the mayor's been able to understand the importance of putting everybody to work. So just in terms of our social workers and in terms of our legal program, in terms of our case managers, a lot of this has to do with Mayor Baraka's commitment to all of Newark citizens, right? So we believe passionately that everyone has a contribution to make to the city of Newark, and the mayor embraces that and works closely with that. That's part of who he is as a man, as a leader, and as a mayor. So. And I was privileged to know his late father, who was a great man and a great poet and a dear friend of mine. So it's just an honor to have the mayor here. And I also want to recognize the county executive, Joe DiFrancesco, and Phil Elijah, the chief of staff, who's really the brains in the county executive's operation. And Joe and Phil, who are dear friends, for their partnership and working together. Because we have the county come here all the time. We have the county welfare is just back there working with our clients right now as we speak. Yeah, the county does a great job. So to Joe D and to Phil, I just want to say thank you. So I just want the mayor, and then we'll ask the mayor to say a few words to you guys. So we've had 1,065 clients through Newark, and it started doing your administration, Mayor. And our employment rate is 57.7%, and we have a great employment team and case management team. These guys receive legal services, so they clear up past warrants so they can get their driver's license and motor vehicle identifications. In addition to that, not only employment, and we work with the county in terms of DVR and welfare to help them with their assistance. But we're particularly proud of the fact that we've got about a 58% employment rate, and we work closely with Newark 2020 and also all of those businesses that Ty Cooper has helped me to link with. And so I just want to thank her in absentia because she was very important. So we got a couple people that want to say a few fast words. Who wants to say a few fast words for the mayor? Alan and Jeff? Go ahead, 30 seconds. Do it from there.
No, I'm glad that you're here. I know from people that you met. I know a lot of people that come to you and have jobs around for the city, ex-gang things. I got hope. I'm glad to meet you. Hopefully I got something going on. I met McGreevey. It's a beautiful thing, this whole program and everything about it. And the fact that all you guys are here because that the opportunity here and not just politicians, it's inspiring. I just want to thank you just for sitting here for how long you're here. I love you.
And Alan's a great guy, and we did the ReEntry panel. The mayor was at the National Action Network, Reverend Al, and we walked in late during the middle of the lunch, but and we did a ReEntry panel, which was like blew people away. These guys spoke in terms of what they've done in terms of ReEntry. Jeff?
I have 33 years in Newark. I appreciate being here and meeting Baraka. I met you many other times before, but I think this time is a little different. This program is like the best. I sing it because it helped me find myself. I was valedictorian of my high school. I went to school to any college on a full scholarship. I played basketball for Central High School, and also I played for Westside High School. I fell short as an adult. I had caught a little charge overnight, and I don't know if it like made me angry, but it made me angry. I came home making $85,000 a year from the blessing of God with the Giving Association, but at the end of the day, I still wasn't really happy. And to this point in my life, I really understand like why I'm here. God brought me back amongst good men and women. And just like as Alan was saying, you know, we wasn't forced here through courts and we came in because we wanted better for ourselves. And since I've been coming, I got like 3 other people to come and, you know, turn away from the streets. And now I feel like I know my purpose now. I don't think my purpose was accounting. You know, I did accounting over 5-6 years. I studied political science.
All right, you got 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds.
He's going to be a lawyer at this rate.
I want you guys to know that this program is really working, and we appreciate you even being here, even me meeting Governor McGreevey. And I just feel as though this is like our moment, and it ain't about money, it ain't about nothing, it's a movement for us. And if we get how many guys on the street and women, and I feel as though instead of paying jails, let's pay us the work. And I feel as though this program, since you've been in office, I'm gonna just say, because I've been around for a long time, since you've been in office, it's been a lot of jobs opening for a lot of us. A lot of us.
And Mayor, this isn't political. This is as real as it gets. No, this is like real from the heart for these guys, right? This is real. I know, that's true. But anybody else want to say something to the mayor? Does anybody else want to speak up? Go ahead.
I got a question about the city job.
All right, no, we can. I can do that later with you guys. I just want to do. We'll do all the questions. No, I just want to say if anybody wants to say anything to the mayor, an expression of gratitude. All right, go ahead.
Say he can answer afterwards, but I just want to say, afterwards, can I speak to you about that?
Yeah.
No question. All right.
So we just got to understand protocol. All right, and then now I'd just like to introduce Robin to say a few words for the Greater Newark Conservancy.
Very glad to be here today and have all of you with me. Listening to all of you speak makes my heart feel really good because I know that we're doing the right thing. Many of you don't know this, and I'm going to tell a story that Jim probably wouldn't want me to tell, but that's never stopped me before. When they were trying to open a program like this in Jersey City, it was not very well received, right? People in the neighborhood didn't want you all there. They wanted an upper class neighborhood. They didn't want to just have everybody there. And when we talked about opening this facility here, already existing community agency, Greater Newark Conservancy, people asked me, well, how's the community going to feel about that? And I will tell you, I never heard one negative thing about doing this work here. Not once, not ever. Not from our Society Hill relatives or our business folks across the street. It was a very welcome program. And I'm so happy that 2.5 years later, it's still growing strong. And I just want to let the mayor know that the Conservancy has been, had a first source agreement with City of Newark for about 15 years. And we will continue to hire Newark first, right? Newark first. But that means you all have to be ready. That's what that means. You have to be ready when the opportunity comes along. So this program can help you get ready. And everybody here that introduced themselves as part of the staff here are really important people in your lives. And make sure that you know that, and you know how much they care for each and every one of you, and those that have come before you and those that will come after. So good luck to you all.
Thank you, Robin. And Robin, so this is a classic Jersey City. That's where I'm from. I'm born. And so the guy who was speaking the loudest against the program did 16 years. And we were in a church, and I said to him, I said, listen, you mother, I know you did 16 years, and you're sitting there not letting anybody else come in. So I said, what do we, shut the door behind us and everybody else? Whatever. But anyway, he pulled up. So with that, I'm going to introduce the mayor. And the life is about partnerships, and life is about conviction, and life is about mission. Mission, mission, mission. Keeping your eyes on the ball. Being mayor of the city of Newark is not an easy job. It's a complicated job. You've got the business community, you've got the residential community, you've got the faith-based community, you've got politicians, but this man understands mission. And I want you to know from my heart, the men and women around this table are part of the mayor's mission. And it's a great honor today to introduce our mayor, Baraka. Mayor. Get up, Yuma.
Thank you. So it's a pleasure to be here. I just want to thank Governor McGreevey and the staff here, Greater Newark Conservancy, of course, and everybody that works with these young men and women every day. For the work that you do. I appreciate it. It benefits all of us, our city, our families. We absolutely appreciate it. The reason that we think is important is 90% or more of the folks that are sent to jail return back to our community. at some form, right, at some point. And we have to make sure that you return back and are able to integrate. I don't say reintegrate because most of us probably weren't integrated in the first place. So to integrate into society in a way that you can benefit yourself, benefit your family, benefit this community. You're a part of Newark. If you live here, you're a part of our city, and we need you to be a constructive part of it, or you'll be a destructive part of it. And I understand that. I know that. I was born and raised here, grown up here, went to Newark Public Schools. I understand what's happening in these communities and what we need to fix it. We just don't have the resources a lot of times to fix some of these problems. So we work every day to get those resources so we can address these issues that affect our community. And the step that you're making today is the first step to help us move in that direction. So I applaud you. Like you said, you came here on your own. Nobody forced you to come here to make a decision to change your life, your circumstance, and do something about the condition of your individual self, which in essence is doing something about our collective self. And that's what I'm more concerned about. Like, people get upset because I'm not as concerned about individuals as I am about the whole, because the whole is more important than the individual, right? In my estimation. But you need to work on getting what it is that you need to get. And once you get a job, figure out how to stay in that job. And attitude, to me, is more important than anything else. Amen. Right? Attitude is, skills can be taught. You know, attitude, you have to deal with that on your own. You have to fix your attitude. What McGreevey said about protocol is important. You have to know your audience, know the time, the space. Everything has a relationship, science, right? So you have to figure out what that science is and practice it, right? So there's some people that advance themselves, quicker than you, not because of what they know, but because they know the science of how to get it done, right? Of relationships, how to talk to people, when to talk to people, what to say, all these specific things that they either learn culturally in spaces that they've been in, or somebody has explained it to them thoroughly and they've mastered it. So that's important. Is extremely important. We have a transition program of our own. The things that we're failing at in the city that are challenging to us are things that we don't collaborate around. Everything that we've collaborated on, we're knocking it out the park. Yep. Everything that we collaborate on in the city with all of our partners, we knocking it, we hitting home runs, scoring touchdowns, as I would say. But the things that we're still struggling around, we have not figured out how to create bridges where we collaborate. And what the governor is doing is trying to force us into those spaces where we are forced to collaborate around making sure programs for you are available. Housing, IDs, employment, training, family, all of that, that we do that collectively and we do it together. Because we have a program that's, we hire 50 folks in the transitional thing, but it's only 6 months. I mean, at the end of that, you have to figure out what you're going to do next. A lot of folks don't want that, but that's a starting point, a launch pad to move you to another space. So all of this is important to me, and I appreciate your invitation, bringing me here and being a part of what you guys are creating in this space. Our roads are different. It could be different, but our destination don't have to be different, right? So we take different pathways to get where we got to go. As long as we get there, that's important. And sometimes you got to go through a different pathway than me to get to the place that we're trying to get to, because we just have different circumstances and different starting points. So you're going to take a different pathway. So you don't beat yourself up about the pathway you took, only about not being able to reach your destination. The destination is important, more important than the pathway, right? You just have to get there. And just because you're somewhere don't mean that that's who you are, right? It's just a location. Your location is not your destination. You understand what I'm telling you? Right? Like when I go speak to people that's incarcerated, I tell them, at the end of the day, this is where you at. This is not who you are. Amen. You just right here, right now. Like, this is not who you are. You're not a prisoner. You're just in prison, right? You're not a victim of that. You can't make people make you believe that you're something other than what God made you to be. You understand what I'm saying? Then you start living that. If you think you're a prisoner, then you become a prisoner all your life. No matter where you are, that's who you are, right? I'm Raz Baraka, the son of Amiri and Amina Baraka. I was born in Newark, raised in this community. I have my own identity. I found out who I was, and wherever I am in the world, I'm always going to be that. Amen. You feel me? I'm going to be that all of the time, no matter where I am. And if I understand that, who I am, it helps me in whatever space I'm in. So your destination doesn't define you. I mean, your location doesn't define you. Most of us act like we're a certain way because we're in a certain place. And I understand you adapt to the places that you're in, but that's not who you are. You're just doing a specific thing to get out of a specific place. That's all. And keep pushing. And this is a part of your journey. You know, I mean to go there, McGreevey, but that's important. It's where you are. It's a step. It's a place. This is a building. You go to another building in the morning. And I'm glad that everybody said they're blessed, because you are. You're blessed to be up, alive, with your eyes open, because you know a lot of people who ain't. Talking, moving, and no matter how difficult today was, tomorrow is coming. And tomorrow could be better than today, and that's all up to you. I just thank God every day that He give me a chance to make different mistakes than I made yesterday. I'm going to make some mistakes today. I'm just ain't going to make the same ones I made yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is. I'm just thankful that I'm able to get up and do it again. And I may fail again, but I thank God for each chance He given me to fall down, right? And that's it. That's all. So if you have that attitude, then you'll never be negative. You'll never feel, whatever. You always feel like when you wake up in the morning, you look up, you say, thank God for another day to make some brand new mistakes, right? and fix some of the old issues I have, but make some brand new errors, man. And that's it, because you ain't never going to not make mistakes. I don't know, none of these, everybody that's in here making errors. Some look better at, we look better at hiding ours than you do sometimes. But we make them, trust me, we make them. So that being said, thank you. Whatever we could do as a city, we're going to get better at, putting all this stuff together to create a system of care for folks and make sure that you have a place to be when you come out of there and that you're integrated into society in the way that you are. And we're going to bring her to speak before the legislature, brother, because what she said, that we need to be spending more money on these programs as opposed to incarceration, is a policy that needs to be voted on and adhered to and signed by the governor. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Dan. And just to wrap up, remember the old spiritual says, we fall down, but we get up. So I think what the mayor said is so important. And before the mayor came in, we saw Dr. King's speech in Memphis, which was 24 hours before he died. And he said, longevity has its place, like to live a long life, but I just want to do God's will. Amen. Thank God there's somebody over 60 in here. I just want to do God's will. And so again, remember that the challenge for King was the same challenge that Moses felt moving the Israelites from Pharaoh's slavery to the Promised Land. And we're in the process of going to the Promised Land. And I'm just blessed to have a great partner with all of us, because we all work together. This is our family. We're your family. We exist to serve you, and this is your family for as long as you need it. And again, I just want to thank our leader, the great Mayor, Raz Baraka. And can we have a round of applause for him? Thank you. Now, just guys, the mayor's got to do 4,000 things, so we're going to let him go, but I'm going to just connect him with you and me and Raz. So again, I just want to say thank you to the mayor. I thank you for his time. And I want to say thank you for also, working with Helena Muhammad's nephew, because Helena Muhammad runs my life. I worked for Helena for 4 years in the jail. She was my boss when I used to smuggle in food for our clients, but don't tell anybody that. But in any event, all right, well, thank you very much. And can we have a round of applause for the mayor? Thank you, guys.